Hello, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're doing well. Happy New Year to you, my friend. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your tarot card for the week of January 4th, 2026. It is a collective general reading. That means it's not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that do not fully resonate, and if that happens, it's okay. Just means that one message is meant for someone else. So take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't, and be sure to check out your other placements if you're not sure what they are. In the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Also, in that description box is information on how you can become a time traveler. With all of that said, now let's begin. Tapping into the Pisces collective now for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What is the tarot card of the week here for Pisces? Also, if you've never seen this before, or if you just need a quick little reminder, this is not what you don't see coming for the week ahead. The tarot card of the week reading is intended to help all of us move forward in our respective journeys. Okay, what is the tarot card of the week here for Pisces? One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Eight of Cups. What situation in your life do you need to walk away from and emotionally disconnect from? It could be person, place, or thing. It could be a mindset or a pattern within us. So don't panic. Again, this is not what you don't see coming for the week ahead. The bottom of the deck, you have the World card. Whoa, Pisces. What is closing out for you now? And what new cycle are you ready to start? So these messages have all been very specific. Some of them have were so detailed that I felt like I was giving a personal reading. So I feel like if you are not closing something out now and you have no intention of closing something out within the next, let's say, 3 months, then this reading is most likely not for you. In that respect, maybe you need to check out one of your placements. If you are in the middle of something closing out, you're anticipating something closing out, you know that you're going to take some actionable steps to close something out over the next couple of months, then I feel like this reading is for you. Even if your intuition's been telling you to do it, but you haven't quite made the decision, then this reading is probably for you. I don't feel like this is something that's like coming out of the blue. This would be a decision that you're making. All right, so why is the Eight of Cups here, the tarot card of the week for Pisces? And this could be in regards to career and finance, love and romance, relocation, etc., etc. Why is the Eight of Cups the tarot card of the week here for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements? What situation in your life do you need to walk away from and emotionally disconnect from for Pisces? One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have the Eight of Wands. You have the Page of Wands. You have the Fool card. There's your new beginning. What new cycle are you ready to start? And then you have the Knight of Pentacles. So at the bottom of the deck, you have the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Four of Pentacles, and you have Temperance. That's a hell of a lot of pentacles for a water sign reading. Queen of Wands, the Sun, the Emperor, and the Eight of Cups. So I feel like, again, this is one of those messages where it'll be very specific. Your new beginning is coming in soon. I do believe it's one that you are creating or you are already aware of. This message came up for you about 3 weeks ago in one of the membership readings that I did, but also in one of the collective subscriber readings I did. And I remember it saying like this was the time to discover where you wanted to live, where you wanted to work, what you wanted to do in the next chapter of your life. So this is similar to that, not exactly the same, but it's very much a similar vibe. Like the new beginning is coming in soon. What do you need to discover and find out? Relocation, job situation. Do you need to start working on your finances? Because this new beginning of yours, it's not something that will end quickly. Like for example, let's say I'm speaking to a Pisces and you know that again, it's only an example. You have a contract job and you know that the contract job is ending February 1st. Okay. There's something here about what do you want the next job to look like if you have not secured one yet? What do you want the next job to look like? Because the next job that you end up in, you're going to be in for a long time. Seven of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. So this is long-lasting energy. So if you're getting out of a connection, let's say you have a marriage ending or a long-term committed partnership ending, it's not saying you immediately have to get into a relationship, but it's time to figure out and discover yourself again. Maybe you kind of got a little buried in that last relationship, lost sight of who you are. So again, on the precipice of the new beginning, who are you? What do you want for your future? What type of partner would you like one day? Again, you don't have to get them tomorrow because the next partner that comes in will be long lasting. So whether this is a living situation, a relationship, a job for you, a career path, it will be long lasting. It's not a job you're going to start on February 1st and 6 months later you're getting fired. This is long lasting. It's not a relationship you're going to enter. You know, I mean, it could, I don't want to say it could lead to marriage, but it could. Because this is years. We're talking years here. Pentacles are years. So you have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You got 12 plus years here in whatever this next chapter will be. And so I think there is something here about what do you want the next chapter to look like? Because whoever you end up with or whatever you end up doing, it's not that it's, you know, irreversible. It's just it'll be a true staple in your life. Tell me about that 8 of Wands. What is coming in quick here? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Death card. I'm telling you, it's change. The Star and the Ace of Swords. Bottom of the deck, 9 of Cups, happiness. Happiness, wish fulfillment. I don't always see the 9 of Cups as wish fulfillment. I usually see the 9 of Cups as an individual who's very secure and emotionally content and emotionally satisfied by themselves. They could have other people, but they don't, it's not a codependent energy like I need someone or I need a group of friends or I need a lover to feel good. No, this person's good on their own. But when I see the Star card to the 9 of Cups and the only thing separating the two is the Ace of Swords, then that for me screams out wish fulfillment. So what is wish fulfillment for you? I think that's what you need to discover this week. Because whatever it is that you want is coming in the next chapter. And you need to be very clear and very decisive about what does it look like. This could even be, let's say some of you are in a long-term committed partnership. Like you've been dating someone for a couple of years and now you're talking about getting married. There's a need here to have a conversation with your person. What does marital life look like for them? Do they want kids? Do they, you know, if they already have children or you already have children, will one be adopting the other? What role will the other parent play? The, you know, the birth mom or the birth dad? So there's something here. This next chapter of your life, whatever it is, will be long lasting. It will be sustainable. It is not temporary in nature. So whatever decisions you need to make or things you need to discover or maybe even difficult conversations that you need to have with a close, you know, with your partner or something like that, this is a moment to have those discussions. This is the moment to do the research because your life is transforming. Page of Wands. Tell me about the Page of Wands card. You know, I could be speaking to a single Pisces and you're thinking, maybe you live in the Northern Hemisphere like I do, and it's quite cold. Nobody really wants to go out and start dating. But you might think, oh, come spring or summer, you know what? I may go to some wineries or film festivals or flea markets and, you know, I might be interested in bumping into someone, meeting someone. I'm open to that. If you're thinking of that already, I would say, what kind of partner do you want to meet? What are their top 5 qualities? And I don't mean they have to be 6 foot this and, you know, she has to have brown hair. I'm talking about like personal qualities, you know. I remember asking for my person, and this was while I was married. I was like, God, please, just someone with these 5 qualities. And if it's my husband, then somehow let us find a way to help him get these 5 qualities because the marriage was seriously lacking at that point because I just wanted someone who was funny and could make me laugh. I wanted someone who would not emotionally or sexually neglect me like my husband had. You know, I wanted someone that was fun and adventurous and we can do silly things together. And I left my husband 9 months later. And 3 months after that, I met my person. 5.5 years later, I'm still with him. And to this day, he still has all 5 of those qualities. So there's something like that here at play. Whoever's coming in next or whatever's coming in next will be in your life for quite some time. What is it? What do you want it to look like? If you're relocating or thinking of relocating, what do you want that place to look like? And will it be conducive to you 10 years from now or 20 years from now as you age? Is it, you know, because like we're in our 50s and we're talking about relocating down south where it's a little warmer because we're thinking as we get older, we don't want to deal with the snow up here. So we've been kind of researching, exploring some towns in the southern portion of the United States, something close to maybe the Gulf or maybe the Atlantic. Definitely want to be on the water, warmer climate, but we still want a small town feel. Not looking to move into a big city, but we do need to be near a big city because we know that we're aging out, right? So we want to be close to a hospital and close to, you know, good quality doctors. So we're doing all that research now. That's what this is telling you. If you're thinking about relocating and you're like, this next time that I move, I'm going to be there till the day I die, make sure that that place has all the amenities that you'll need as you age. You know, start looking, and again, it's only research, but start looking that up. If you have children or plan to have children, but you're also thinking of relocating, look at the schools, the school districts, look at the ratings. You know, this is the opportune time for you to discover all of the details that you need. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Page of Wands. We have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Five of Pentacles. And the Eight of Cups shows itself again. I think you're moving on from a person, place, or thing. I think you're leaving it behind, whether by force or by choice. This week is the week, if you haven't done it yet, start giving a little pentacle energy, which is time. Pentacles could be time. Just a little bit of time to discover, figure out what your life is going to look like when the situation, environment, or connection wraps up. Who do you want to be? Where do you want to live? What type of person do you want to be with? If you're already with someone, like I said, you need to start discussing what does the next phase of our relationship look like. Okay, tell me about the new beginning. Tell me about this Fool card. I was going to say, God, I hope that mic is on. Okay, Fool card. Tell me about the Fool card. I will say these readings tend to be 9 to 10 minutes long. This time around, because of the energy of the super full moon in Cancer, they've all been 20 to 30 minutes long. So if you need to pause the video and get something to drink, go ahead. We'll probably be here for another 15 to 20 minutes. All right, tell me about the Fool card here. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Emperor, the King of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Three of Pentacles. This is huge. What a huge leap. Some of you are thinking about opening up a business. King of Wands is the entrepreneur, the business builder of tarot. So let me break these down one by one for you. Could it be a person? It could be. But I'm looking at this as your energy, something you're going to be working on and collaborating on. Some of you are thinking about opening up a business. You're like, it would be really nice if I had blank, or if I could establish blank. If that's the case, because you want to open up your own business one day, so you can leave behind the job that you're currently at, or something like that, or add some extra income to your resources or your financial resources, this is the week to start figuring out what is it that you want to do. What are the license requirements? What are the insurance requirements? If you're going to work from home, is that allowed in your city, state, or region? This is the week to get that intel, get the facts. Don't go by hearsay, what other people tell you is possible. It's the week to get the facts. If you're thinking about relocating, that King of Pentacles very well could be a relocation, because it's someone who's now looking to invest money in something for the long run, which we see here with the Knight of Pentacles, the 7 and the 4. So what do investment properties look like? How do they depreciate? What are the rental opportunities? What are the insurances? What are the liabilities of being a landlord? I just heard duplex. Somebody watching is thinking about buying a duplex, living in one and renting out to the other. Start looking up information on that. See if you can find some firsthand information from people who currently live in that situation. What is it like to have an adjoining wall between you and your tenants? What do you have to do to accommodate backyard access? Is that something you're sharing with the tenant? If so, do they get their own space? Like, these are all the things you just need to start thinking about. Parking, etc., etc. Again, any licenses, ordinances you have to follow for the state, town, state, or region of the world that you live in. Some of you are thinking about becoming parents. This is very fertile energy, whether you're masculine or feminine. So there could be something here about wanting to take a leap of faith and start a family. You could be Emperor, Empress. Maybe you're thinking about having 1 or 2 kids. There needs to be, discussion here possibly with your person about fostering or adopting or conceiving children. If some of you already have grown children, maybe you're older in age like I am, and you're looking to partner up with someone, there needs to be a discussion there. Will they be adopting your children? What's the visitation like with the current children? How's that going to work out? So you have a lot on the table here. So you're going to have to take the messages how they resonate to you. Now, for those of you where this is a new person coming in, and again, I don't read body parts. If you've seen my readings before, I'm going to pull different cards for you, an extra set of cards for you, for those of you where this is actually a new love partner coming in, okay? Because I do think that's very possible for some of you, especially if what you're leaving behind is a relationship. I just want to know about the long-term thing. Then we're going to get into if that is a person. Knight of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Pentacles. A gift from the gods? A gift from the gods. Long-lasting commitment, long-lasting financial security. A gift from the gods. Okay. What is this long-lasting person, place, or thing here? Situation. For Pisces. One more shuffle. Thank you. Two of Pentacles. Look at all the Pentacles for you. Queen of Swords and the Sun. Figure out what you want long-term happiness to look like, because some new chapter that's starting for your life now is really like over the next 2 years, you're not going to recognize your life. And I'm not saying it's going to be rainbows and unicorns between now and then, or even when you get there and beyond. The Sun card is the best card in the deck, so I would get clear about this long-term path or plan or living situation, whatever it is here that you're doing. Get clear on it, Hangman. Start this week. Really, really give considerable thought. Future planning is the Two of Wands card in many decks. Actually, I have one of the decks in front of me. I don't know which one it is. On the bottom, it actually says future planning. So start planning for your future. Okay, let's get into the reading now for those of you where you're single and you're looking for a partner, or for those of you where you want someone to like maybe invest with or open up a business with, or maybe even be a financier for something that you want to do. Like maybe you want to write a book or something, and you're wondering, am I going to get a publisher in the future? So take the messages now how they resonate to you. All right, for Pisces, where this is the next person coming in, an Emperor and Empress, a King or Queen of Pentacles, and a King or Queen of Wands. This is someone forward moving like you are. And I say that because, and I don't mean this hierarchical, and I don't mean this in the sense of masculine versus feminine, but I see all queens in tarot as existing in the present because what they've gone through in the past. And I see kings as future focused. And I see that because all 4 kings in tarot are cardinal signs. And cardinal signs take action. So, and queens are fixed, meaning I'm fixed. I exist here because of what I've gone through. And the knights are mutable. That whole range of the deck. So that's just how so that's my interpretation of tarot. It's different for every reader that you watch. So this is you taking forward movement, like in that original spread. But for those of you where this is a love partner coming in, or maybe like a new business partner, this is someone who's forward moving as well. Like because of the experiences they've gone through in respect to how they invested their time, the wins and losses they've had, how they've invested their money, the wins and losses with that, you know, the King of Wands, the action that they've taken, because of their respective card suit, they're now future forward moving, just like you are. They're having a new beginning, just like you are. Or they're changing their life up in some way, just like you are. So for my Pisceans, where this is the next love partner, can I get some cards on the next love partner? And we'll try to get timing for you as well. For my Pisceans, where this is the next love partner, what do they need to know about that? You're definitely going to relocate when you meet this person, or you're relocating beforehand, and that's where you meet this person. Because look how the scenery, this is green and lush, and this is more by the water and almost like sand. So for example, I know not everyone that watches my channel is in the United States of America, but just to give you an example, this would be like, now you live in the countryside of Tennessee, but you decide to move to Arizona. You know, there's something like that here at play. Or you live, you know, in Arizona and you're thinking of moving to South America. You know, there's just something here like that at play. So for many of you, not for all, but for many of you, you're either going to relocate when you meet this person, or you're relocating beforehand and you will meet them then. Okay? Yeah. Okay. And you're either moving away from water to dry land, or you're moving from dry land towards water. Yeah, definitely. And that could be a lake, a stream. Like I have a little babbling creek, little creek behind my house. But yeah. Okay. If this is a new person, what do they need to know about the new person? The new lover. One more shuffle. Thank you. Ace of Pentacles. New. And yeah, some of you, this is almost like the front door of a house, right? I know it's not a house, but yeah. So for some of you, it is when you relocate, or you will be relocating when you meet this person. Like the two of you will move together. So this is new. World card. Look at that. Like this person comes in when you shut the door to the past, because that's what you have here. Oh, You're not going to believe this. Do you know what's behind the World card in the other deck? The Page of Cups. Holy shit. And then the Emperor. You can't make this up. So, yeah, for some of you, when this cycle is over, new love. Claim it. Claim it. Look at that. I'm telling you, some of you are going to relocate and meet this person, or you're going to relocate when you meet this person. That Two of Wands, that card of planning is there again. Okay, what else do they need to know about the new person? What else do they need to know about the new person? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Two of Swords. I like this. Do you know why? This is the Moon in Libra. In my Moonology decks, the Moon in Libra says a new romantic cycle begins. I shit you not. And in the other deck I have, it says a win-win outcome is forecast. Let me make sure I'm right on that. I'm pretty sure that's what it says. Sorry to take up your time, but I really need to. Yes. Full moon in Libra, a win-win outcome is forecast. New moon in Libra, a new romantic cycle begins. I told you. I told you. So, new cycle with a new lover. Okay? New cycle, new lover, win-win outcome is forecast. So don't think you have to move. You're going to meet this person. They are now on your path, Pisces. Congratulations. This looks like a really solid person. Really solid person coming in. Win-win outcome is forecast. So don't feel like you have to move to meet this person. Whether you stay and you relocate together, or you relocate because that's already part of your plan, you're going to meet them then. Okay? Anything else we need to know about this person? About the new love interest here for Pisces. What a great reading for you. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Star, there's your wish fulfillment, came out in the beginning. Ace of Swords again, and that is the truth. Figure out those top 5 qualities of what you want in your next partner, because that is what you're manifesting. Tower. I'm telling you, this person is coming in. When, I hate to say, when another situation has closed out. Some relationship was not stable in your life. And if that's your message, yeah, you sure should do have a new love partner coming in. Oh my God, what's behind the Tower? The Lovers. This is why I love tarot. This is why I love tarot. You can't make this stuff up. There's no editing, no CGI, no AI here. It's just really me in my attic. This is a fantastic reading. Okay, so for those of you looking for new love, what's that song? I'm looking for a new love, baby. A new love. I'm not even a Pisces, and I don't need a new lover. He's a handful, but this is, I've been reading for you since April of 2024, and I've seen the hell some of you have gone through. And if this is your timeline now that you're on, it looks amazing. You deserve this. You really, really deserve this. Now, for those of you where you are already in a relationship, Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I love this for you. For those of you, you're already in a happy, healthy relationship. There is no Tower. There is no ending. But your relationship is, you've already maybe begun discussions about relocating with your person, maybe buying your first home, getting married, having a family, combining families. It's a good, solid relationship, okay? There's just a new chapter unfolding within it. What about the Pisces currently in a happy, healthy relationship? They have a new cycle here starting within that connection. What do they need to know about their new cycle? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your new cycle. The High Priestess, the Five of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Six of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. Bottom of deck, Nine of Wands. So I'm going to give you all the messages I just received. Do not bank on them, okay? Meaning don't take them to heart. These, you'll know if you're already having these issues, if you have experienced any of these, okay? And your intuition's going to tell you this now. So don't be like, oh my God, that's what's going to happen. No, you either are aware of these issues or you're not. If you have been arguing with your person, but both of you want to salvage the relationship, there is a possibility here of the two of you salvaging this relationship. There is victory here. For those of you where you've wanted to have children and you've had some difficulties conceiving, either you or your partner, there is something here about being able to conceive a child this year as well. There's also something here about possibly fostering or even adopting a children. So if children is something that has been difficult for you, either to conceive or your partner to conceive, or maybe you're no longer of childbearing years and you're later in life and you're thinking about fostering or adopting, that is on the table for you as well. Looking at this, it's like something that was heartbreaking in your connection ends up being favorable to you. Like maybe in the past, the two of you have struggled financially. You've had some financial hardships. This is the year you and your partner turn it around, possibly even buy your own home this year. There's a great little Cape Cod house here in the background. So there's something like that here at play. So something that maybe was difficult or trying in your partnership. And it doesn't have to be the partnership itself. It's just something the two of you have been experiencing that's had some heartbreaking setback to it, that has the possibility here to be restored. Absolutely, in the year ahead. And again, this is a week you want to start having the conversation with your person if any of those issues have been, are relevant to your relationship. Anything else Pisces needs to know about this? Anything else Pisces needs to know about this? I have the Knight of Cups and the Justice card. If you're dating someone long-term, this may be the year that you propose to them or they propose to you. There might need to be some discussions here in regards to finances, where we're living, and maybe even a prenuptial agreement for those of you, or maybe you or they are a business owner. There might need to be some discussions about that. Anything else Pisces needs to know about their current relationship that is moving into a new cycle? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Anything else about the new relationship? The Ten of Swords, the Hangman, and the Page of Cups. Again, the Sun card. Something that's been difficult in your relationship, you will be able to like turn it around. There's, yeah, the Sun to the Ten of Cups. There's something here. So again, if it's been conception issues, housing issues, investment issues, maybe the two of you have been quarreling over a prenuptial agreement or something to that effect. This all gets smoothed out. So if you start the conversation this week, there's resolution within a month. Page of Cups is 1 month. You'll know the direction now that the two of you can go in. So that's for those of you who have a new phase in a romantic partnership that you are keeping in your life, okay? This is not that you're leaving this person or they are leaving you. There's just a new chapter being birthed in that connection. And I just want to look for those of you where maybe this is financial. Like you're looking for a job, or you want to start your own business, or you're currently a business owner and you're thinking of new ways to invest or maybe even ramp up the business, possibly collaborate here with another individual. For my Pisceans who are interested in finance, opening up a business, maintaining a current business, what do they need to know here? We've got the Lovers. You have the Six of Pentacles, and you have the Ace of Cups. So if you are thinking of starting a business, it looks like you're going to have multiple financial, like lending companies offering to allow you to borrow money, like give you a loan or something like that. You'll have a choice, and then you will be selecting one. One will stand out above the others. One has better terms, so make sure you check all the terms and conditions. If you're looking for a business partner, you may actually have multiple business partners to choose from. Anything else I need to know about career and finance? Same thing if you're looking for a job, multiple job opportunities, but one stands out. Anything else you need to know? Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have the Devil, we have the Nine of Cups, and we have the Four of Pentacles, and then that Eight of Cups shows itself again. Okay, that's a little bit of a separate message. Let me wrap this up quick here for you. So again, anything to do with career and finance. The only thing we don't have here is the Queen of Wands. So there's something here before you move forward and you accept a new job, or you accept the mortgage or the loan or any type of financial assistance. Before you buy that investment property, make sure you get all the terms and conditions. Okay, Queen of Swords, make sure you get all of the details. You look at that fine print, maybe even have someone else that you trust look it over. So definitely use your discernment. Queen of Pentacles, make sure this is something that you want to invest in for a long time. Make sure that your payback is good. I saw a video on YouTube of someone, technically you could say that this person is preying on people who maybe aren't the sharpest tools in the shed, okay, to be kind to them. But he does disclose everything. And even though there's been notifications to the Better Business Bureau about him here in the United States, all of their investigations prove he's not doing anything wrong. He's explaining the terms and conditions. It's just the lenders are not understanding. So in one of the videos, and he does these as commercials for his local audience. They play on local TV. And he's like, here I am with so-and-so, mother and daughter. Daughter bought her first car for me. It's a 2020 whatever, okay? If you were to buy the car new, it probably would be like $40,000. But they don't have the money to buy a new car. So they're buying a 2020, right? They're getting a 5 or 6 year old car. By the time they're done paying him back, it's a I couldn't believe this. It's a 180 month loan. By the time they pay off the car with his interest rate, it's $99,000. Is he preying on people who maybe don't know how to do math, are not reading the terms and conditions, aren't having someone else look it over? They're desperate, low credit rating, there's no money down. Yeah. Is he preying on them? Yeah. But technically it's legal. It's legal because he's telling them everything. So there's something like that. Even if you're getting the fine print, make sure that it's not going to cost you more in the long run. Queen of Pentacles energy. So if you need to bring someone else in to look at that or to explain things to you, there is no shame in that game, okay? And the same thing, use your intuition. So the only thing that's not here, like I said, is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands would tell the King of Wands to move forward, right? That's your feminine side telling your masculine side, okay, based on everything that we have here now, we should proceed forward and take action. These are not action cards. This is an action card. These are not action cards. So there's something here about discernment, looking at the long-term investment, how much you have to pay back, the terms and conditions, and utilizing your intuition. If something feels off, look to another lender or financier or something like that, okay? Now, I have to say this for those of you if what you're leaving behind is not a person, place, or thing, but it's a pattern within you, maybe an addiction or something like that. You're going on a diet, exercise regimen, you're giving up smoking or drugs or alcohol or something like that. There's something here, like you're deciding to give it up. Maybe you held on to it. Now, Capricorn season, you're saying, I'm going to walk away from this. I'm going to be victorious, right? I'm going to overcome it. 3 of Pentacles, I'm going to do my best here. There's something that you should probably have someone, because you're showing up as Queen of Cups, whether you're masculine or feminine. So let's say you make the choice, I'm going to put in some effort. I want to eat better, feel better, whatever. There's something here. I would have 1 or 2 people, if you know them, to kind of hold you accountable, because there's something here where you might slip back into the bad habit, whatever that is for you. That's just kind of like a sidebar message, because it came, and I think it came up in the investment portion of the reading for you, because if you're like investing in yourself, you're getting a gym membership, or you're going to buy some, I don't know, organic food or eat better or something like that. There's something I would see if you have 1 or 2 people you can trust to just hold you accountable, especially if you're trying to quit an addiction. And the first thing that came to mind here for me was drinking. That's probably for one of you watching, but I think it's important. We have the Magician to the World card. Yeah, if you're looking to give up some kind of addiction like that, I would say see if you can have 1 or 2 people hold you accountable, check in on you, make sure you're doing okay with it, and people that you can go to when you when you fall off the wagon and you revert back. You need to have 1 or 2 people you can go to and say, I fucked up. I had a drink last night. So maybe this is joining a support group, even if you don't have 1 or 2 trusted people. Maybe there's like a local community support group that you can turn to. Anything else Pisces needs to know about that one particular message? One more shuffle. Thank you. Anything else you need to know? The World card, the 4 of Swords, and the Death card. If you are trying to like change your eating patterns or give up something toxic here or exercise regimen, you may trip up. You may trip up in March or April, but you're going to get right back on that wagon, and you will successfully close this out by the end of the year. So you might have one little blip, I'm in the northern hemisphere, so maybe spring, even early summer. It's more like spring, so we're looking at March or April. There might be a little bit of you had a drink or you smoked a cigarette, something like that. You missed a couple of sessions at the gym, but you're going to get right back on it. You will close it out by the end of the year. By Scorpio season, this is done, gone, and behind you, and it looks like you're all the more better for it. You're going to totally abandon whatever that toxic pattern or trait here was for you. Pisces, fantastic reading. What a way to close this out for all 12 zodiac signs. On the precipice of something new. It is exciting. This is the week to figure out what it is that you want. What do you want to give up? What do you want to allow into your life? Because change is coming, my dear. Oh, 3 cards of advice. Duh. And we're at the 35-minute mark. This is where I get shit in the comments section. I get emails from people. Why do I give Pisces so much attention? I don't know. Maybe because Pisces has to wait because they're the last zodiac. They usually have to wait until I do the other 11 signs. So I don't try to give you extra time. Maybe it just happens that way. I don't know. 3 cards of advice here for Pisces. Those were a lot of messages. Only take the ones that resonate. I'm telling you, that super full moon in Cancer is huge. Because these readings, if you've seen me before, they're probably 9 or 10 minutes long, 15 at the most. One more shuffle. Thank you. I definitely think you got a boost of supermoon energy. There's that damn Emperor again. This is a totally different deck. Ace of Pentacles. And the Six of Swords. Figure out what you want the new beginning to be, because your manifestations are coming true. Be very careful with what it is that you want. People, places, things, maybe even where you want to travel to or live. I'm telling you, this is going to be in your life for a long time. Ace of Cups. Oh my God, and the Fool card. You realize this is a totally different deck, right? Figure out what it is that you want, because it's coming in. So get ready. That is what I have for you, Pisces. That is your tarot card for the week of January 4th, 2026. If you like that message, any of those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all, part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, my love, have fun with this. And as always, I'm sending you light, love, and peace.